Grand risings, everyone, to all my brothers and sisters of love and light. Right? I usually do my lives on my Facebook page, but today I decided to do it here. I want to start by saying thank you. Thank you to you. Thank you to my cosmos, to my world, to my family, to my friends. I appreciate everything. I really do. I want to thank you with the peace. I want to thank you with the joy. And I want to thank you with the love that we all have inside of us. May we spread this today as we go on with the day. Right? It's good to know that. It's good to know that you can appreciate at any time of the day. Anytime we're feeling a little off, we can appreciate that moment and view it more as of a lesson rather than something that wasn't supposed to be. Because everything is supposed to be. Because it all comes from how we're feeling, right? So what I do on my Facebook Lives is I write in the mornings, and then whatever comes to me I write, and then I share it with you. That's what I do. Okay? So today is about the human condition. That's what came up this morning for me. Here's the writing. Suffering is a human condition that comes from attachments. We attach ourselves to conditions around us, material things we possess, people we feel we need in our lives. Food is also an attachment, so much so that we physically are becoming or have become pill heads so that we can keep eating the same foods we're attached to. You know, like antacids, Pepcid, Pepto-Bismol, stuff like that, so we can keep eating and suffering with these foods. Now think about that. I did it. I was there. Right? When these things are not in our lives, people, places, and things anymore, we suffer because we had an attachment. We had an attachment to these things, these people, places, and things that happens. Because their presence made some sort of impact that made the attachment happen. That's the human condition of suffering. The human condition is very conditional to the environment we're in. By the way, we're listening to frequency 888, which is the abundance of miracles. Right? Loving someone or something and expecting the same in return is conditioning our minds for suffering if it is not precipitated in the manner you're expecting. Love doesn't come in a package of expectations. Real love has no suffering because true love for ourselves has no conditions. We can love without attachments. We can eat without attachments. We can buy things we are attracted to without attachments. When we attach ourselves to anything, we will suffer the conditions all the time. We put these upon ourselves because we truly haven't found our own love within, because we're looking for it on the outside of us. We have to begin to end the sufferings by making intentions for ourselves that better ourselves. Let's not make intentions with expectations on anyone or anything. When we have no attachment with love, food, or things we possess, that is unconditional love, because now we can love without conditions. We all manifest people, places, and things within our lives all day, every day. We do this blindly or unintentionally. Either way, it usually isn't coming from self-love when we end up suffering with or without these people, places, or things in our lives. Makes sense, right? We are here to love unconditionally without suffering. It is very possible to detach from what we bring into our existence or our lives by knowing it is all temporary, right? We either evolve from our experiences or we suffer living in our experiences, right? You do have a choice. I'm here to remind you that you have a choice. There is no one or no thing that is supposed to bring us suffering. We are doing this blindly. Suffering was taught to us. We were conditioned for suffering even before we were born by the people before us. We join in on the sufferings because we were taught to believe it is part of life. So not true. We do this without love for ourselves. We do this without knowing that we are a divine, eternal soul, and this earth experience is a very small part of our true existence. Right? Oh, a lot this day. We all exist through the power of love, and everything outside of that, love is sufferable. We are all choosing the life we are living now, and most of it is through suffering. Most of us learn that we have to work hard and love hard in order to feel there is order in our lives. There is no order in suffering. We can let go of all sufferings when we detach and become aware of what we are consuming through the eyes of others that came before us. A wanting always feels better than a needing, right? We may need to feel better with people, places, and things like food and material things. When we are wanting, we can do it with good intentions, though, for ourselves without the attachment of suffering for them or through them. All the illnesses we suffer, we did it to ourselves by attaching to them, by affirming that we are suffering. The only way out is affirming that our self-love is the healing power to all the suffering. We detach with no involvement of the suffering, but rather the healing affirmations. When we truly decide who we are, which is love, the people, places, and things and food will come in the form of love. Because again, there is no suffering in love. I wrote this little quote I have here, 2019, and it came up again to me. Oh, I'm hungry. You heard that? Oh, maybe some tea. My tummy is tumbling. I can't have self-suffering here with hunger. Gotta put something in that belly. Wow. This is what I wrote. Something that I was practicing to elevate the love I truly seek, which is the love that was inside of me all the time. Your prison is your limitations you put upon yourself. Your suffering is validation you deserve, that you've deserved it. What is keeping you from what you truly desire? The belief you put before you. Everyone deserves to know that they are truly worthy of whatever is desired. You always have the power through the force of love and gratitude. You are part of this universal love. Break the chains of limitations put upon you. There is an important key element to this freedom we all want. The key you are always looking for is inside your prison, in your head, in your limitations that you put upon yourself. Appreciation for what is now is one of the keys to start unlocking your self-love. It is one of the keys that start to open your limitless universe. Everything you need is within you. We are never lost when we are open to this process of practice on a daily basis. That is it. That's what I got. Right? It is best to observe the thought that doesn't feel right. Ask yourself, why the thought? Whatever the answer is or not, you can soothe that thought with saying everything always works out for me. So simple, right? We stop to look. Wait. Let me start that over. I'm going ahead of myself because I want to get this out. We need to stop looking for it so we can find it. Whatever it is you feel you're missing, because really you're not missing anything. Everything you see is a reflection of what you are feeling. Everything. When you feel there is no need, you will know who you are. When you feel love, you will know you. When you feel joy, you will know who you are. When you feel peace, you will know who you are. No one or no thing needs to join in on your parade of appreciation but you. You are the leader of your own band, your own rhythm in your own life. You set that tone, no one else. When you know yourself with unconditional love, you will know harmony with all of it. I can love passionately, and at one time in my life, I hated just as passionately. And that's when the suffering started. When I couldn't connect with myself because people, places, and things around me felt like it was working against me. How can anything work out for me when I'm looking without the appreciation of the experience? Love is more powerful than hate. Hate kills from within and without. Love expands from within and without. Right? Even when something or someone doesn't feel good, we can find appreciation by letting go of the attachment. Success of love is letting go of justification and validation, expectation from anything or anyone outside of yourself, which is love, right? But we tend to stay in the past of the sufferings. We get stuck there, and the suffering keeps repeating in our lives. And it brings up illnesses, these sufferings. Emotional suffering does end up physical suffering. Wow, this is my truth I wrote. Didn't even realize I wrote it, but here it is. I was in my mid-30s. I was learning, and still am, how to love others without expectation, and didn't even know I was doing it. I was sitting in a living room of a beautiful family home upstate. In the home were some young adults. At this time in my life, I liked sitting on the floor. It felt good sitting on the floor. Comfortable. When I was around company, I liked sitting on the floor. That wasn't my immediate family, though. I sit and admire the family's calmness about them. I didn't know of their sufferings. I didn't need to know. Out of the love I was feeling in that moment, I started massaging one of the young adults' feet. They looked at me kind of weird, but I just kept doing it. I asked first, and they were taking a little aback. I know that how I didn't do it for the praise. That's not why I did it. I think it was more of a connection, of wanting to connect to appreciation, for what I was feeling at the moment. It truly felt good to feel helpful at that moment. As I massaged the feet, the other young adults sitting by asked if I can do them next. And I was happy about that. I said, sure. I was doing service with no effort or no expectations. And it felt so right. I really didn't know what they were feeling except that they were expressing feeling good. And I really didn't care what they thought. I just wanted them to feel good. And I still do today. I just want everyone to feel good. But I need to stop suffering because not everyone can at any moment in time. And that's okay. Everyone has their own path. Everyone has their own expansion. We don't have to live with that. With everyone else's suffering, It's not our job. Our job is to not join in on the sufferings, but expand within the healing powers that we all have. By affirming that there is hope, that there is joy, that there is change when we want the change, when we truly want the change. Sometimes we suffer so much that becomes a wanting, that becomes a part of us. We don't need to feel that way anymore, We don't need to feel that. We can change this feeling. We have to go within because it's nowhere outside of us. It may be temporarily, yeah. It's all temporary. Because it's all here, inside. Right? I wrote this poem, a little poem, and it just came to me the other day, and I wrote it down really quickly. I think I'm going to share it with you now. United States. When we say united, it doesn't mean pick a side. When we say united, it doesn't mean segregation. When we say united, it doesn't mean red, black, white, green, or blue. When we say united, it doesn't mean judgment of religions. When we say united, it doesn't mean justice for some. When we say united, we mean unity as one nation with love, with liberty for land, sea, and us. Let us stand united in a state of love. Isn't that cool? I want to thank you for listening and being open to the message of love. And I want all of us to feel that little piece of hope within us all, because that hope will eventually turn into faith, a belief of what you want. And I want to leave you with the peace, joy, and the love that we all have inside. May you have a wonderful, smiley, loving day. Thank you.